Hey, as many of you know, there is not going to be a Spider-Man 4, but there will be a Spider-Man reboot. If you don't know what a reboot is, it is where you're making a movie which is essentially already made, but you wipe out the cast and you wipe out the director and you start over fresh and you bring new people in and you make the story really what you want the story to be made into. And the reason why Sony did this is because the old director, I forget his name right now, but he ran out of story plot lines and there were too many running into each other, so he quit production, and then they pretty much wiped out everybody else associated with the movie, like Tobey Maguire. So Spider-Man in the next Spider-Man movie will not be Tobey Maguire. In fact, it will actually be Andrew Garfield. Now, I've never heard of Andrew Garfield. I really don't know what movies he's ever been in. But there is a picture, if you want to see him in the Spider-Man costume. It's from about chest up. And you get to see what he looks like. Another person that I know who is involved in the story is Emma Stone. And she will play Gwen Stacy. Now, in the reboot, they're trying to make everything as different as they can be from all the other movies. So there will be no Mary Jane in the first movie. Now, Mary Jane was a big part of the first three, as you all know. And I don't know if I'm going to like it without Mary Jane in there, but there will be no Mary Jane in the first movie, only Gwen Stacy. They are going more along the lines of the actual comic book and not along the lines of the old movie. Another change from the movie of somebody who won't be in the movie is J. Jonah Jameson. Now, there was reported of seeing a Daily Bugle truck on scene of the movie. Actually, just to let you know, the movie is in production right now. They are shooting. And there is a video on TMZ that I did see where Spider-Man is in the back of a pickup truck and he's doing flips and stuff. You should check that out on TMZ.com. I don't know what you're supposed to search, but it'll be on there. Anyways, as I was saying, J. Jonah Jameson will not be in the movie. I don't know why they wouldn't include him in there if they had a Daily Bugle truck, in fact, on scene. But he will not be featured in the movie. Now, another thing about actual Peter Parkers, they casted a young Peter Parker to be in the movie, and they also casted Peter Parker's parents. So I think this movie may start out somewhere along the lines of when he was a young boy, only for a little bit, maybe dropping off at Aunt May and Uncle Ben's, because they did cast Aunt May and Uncle Ben again. And I believe it is the same people from the first two movies. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is. But they will have his parents, so either it'll be a flashback or it'll start when he first got dropped off. I don't know. The movie is going back to when Peter Parker was in high school. Now, another new thing, just to let you know, the director of this movie is Mark Webb. Not sure what else he has directed, but that's who it is. You can check him out somewhere else, see if you've seen some of his movies. Another different thing from the original movies is, instead of having the web come out of his wrist, he'll actually have an attachment on his arm, and it'll be a web shooter coming out. So it's really not like it was in his blood or anything that the web will be coming out. It's just a metal item that will be shooting out of his arm, pretty much. The villain was named for this movie, and it will be the Lizard. So again, going straight from the comic books, I know the Lizard was one of the first few villains, if not the first villain, in the whole entire comic book series. So that's who will be the villain in this movie. That's just some of the information I have on the Spider-Man reboot. This movie will be coming out in the summer of 2012, so be sure to watch out for that. For all your Spider-Man reboot news, come right back here. Please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe if you want more news on the Spider-Man reboot.